and it's pretty surreal just seeing just the actual impact of these strikes. I feel are pretty compelling there, don't you think?
Yeah, and I kind of want to see sports without fans, at least for this year, because somebody made a point that I read a newspaper article. I think it was Chris Muller in a local newspaper, local radio personality. Anywho, saying that argument that of the piped-in crowd noise, which if you don't see that there's no crowd there, it's okay. But his point was saying that you can hear all the little nuances that you normally wouldn't hear.
Oh yeah.
Like for UFC, as we're talking about, you can hear the coaches and all the hits more clearly than if there was a actual crowd there. And if you take hockey, go back to hockey for a second, you can hear all the talking and the players pass me the puck, and the trash talking and all that stuff that
Hell, like
you normally don't hear unless you see like NHL Productions, the mic'd up thing afterwards. But hearing it during the game live, you're probably gonna hear swearing, but that would be pretty cool.
Hell, you heard when we were watching UFC, and basically every single fire was like hearing Anik, Rogan, and like DC, and DC was critiquing him, and they could actually hear him, and they were actually kind of applying what like he was what
he was saying.
It's like it's so weird, and to like it was just so funny with like Rogan. He's going like oh. and like it's so weird just because typically when like he says this, the crowd is just freaking losing their damn
so
minds.
you can't hear anything. And at least on the pro wrestling side, real quick,
right,
with new arenas, you can hear at least the wrestlers in the ring. You can hear the trash talking, and that opens up. Instead of obviously when you're in an arena, you don't hear anything. If you're in the arena watching it live, you're kind of just from afar, just seeing the moves and the actions. At least on TV, you hear a little bit, but not a lot. But in here, you hear everything, and it adds another dimension that can help people, and it's an interesting layer to watch. But that's a whole different ball game with the crowd. But with other sports, I wouldn't mind at least this season. Don't pipe in anything, because it's like I know it's fake. I know it's not there. We're not stupid. Keep in. The thought process behind that is to keep make it seem like it's real.
But
just
by the way,
give me silence.
By the way, since we're kind of on that topic, what do you think on like Raw when they put all of the plexiglass separating the NXT people from each other? Did you think that was kind of silly or unnecessary? Because I know from everyone that I've seen have pretty much hated it, felt like it just looks really really silly.
I don't know. I get why they're doing it for protection, even though everybody's tested.
Right.
So in a way, it doesn't make sense. But at the same time,
that was my thing. I was like, why would you need this if everyone's tested? They're like, especially in like Florida,
Right. Well, if everybody's testing, then it should be okay. To me, it didn't take away from anything. It really wasn't distracting to me.
At least there was like some noise, which
we're better this week.
Right. It's just like
for Raw, and make that 10 times better. And I know I said in the past that I'm more focused with stuff in the ring,
Mhm.
but I never said
helps
that the
out.
sound doesn't
It
help.
helps, like which I didn't understand. I'm like, Dynamite is presenting to you the formula on how to do these shows. Even everyone knows there is no crowd, but pipe in or no or no, sorry, don't pipe in noise.
Oh, no, that's all that crap.
Yeah. But like have some people, screaming or something. Just it like adds to the atmosphere there. And
Yeah.
we can only help them.
And it's fun to have the performers in NXT that are not
Mhm.
per se on TV week in and week out there. That's fine, because if you had like
Mhm.
Adam Cole there, that kind of doesn't look good. So you have the
Mhm.
performing it's fine. It's the plexiglass. I'm like, it is what it is.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh, the show sucked because there was plexiglass.
Nah, like that to me is the least of their worries.
It's the least of the
Right.
least of anybody's worries if there's plexiglass. The only
Mhm.
good thing is there could be, throw people in the plexiglass at spots there.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, like
It
to
adds
me-
that. The weird thing will be not if they have, plexiglass now, as in if we do return to normal crowds, do they put the plexiglass up there? Because
I mean, like I could see WWE doing that. I don't see AEW doing that.
No.
I can't see that happen.
regardless, but like
Yeah.
if you do crowds, you obviously you can't test everybody that walks into that building right off to be able to buy a ticket to get in. I don't know how you're going to do that. That plexiglass there would be good for those front row people to protect your wrestlers, because if they're walking around outside of somebody coughs and they have somehow are sick, whatever, and they don't know, that makes sense. I'm okay with that. I mean, what have you? It's something. I mean, after a while, you're gonna get used to it, and it shouldn't take away anything that's happening on the TV, because if that's distracting, then you're not paying attention to the thing you're supposed to be. And other people, I think we talked about, is that gonna the fan view is gonna look bad, but people go to hockey games all the time and want that ice. It at least for a while they can do the plexiglass. I think it's fine.
I think what we're gonna be seeing initially is like basically seating and social distancing where you're gonna see people 6 feet apart.
Yeah, and they might not be right up against the barricade.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think that's gonna happen. But.
So, I mean, I don't think there's a in terms of, and I hate making this the AEW versus WWE thing, plexiglass or not. I think if WWE does it, I think it's at least optic wise, it's a good idea. Health wise, it's a good idea. If AEW doesn't do it, okay, what else are they going to do? They could obviously social distance 6 feet apart, not sit up against the barricade.
I think
they could do that. Yeah.
That to me that seems pretty likely, and I think I read something earlier this week that WWE is starting to at least plan out a touring.
So they're at least pointing things.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to be like up next week
No.
live at Madison Square Garden, but I think they're putting the plan in place, and who knows, maybe AEW's doing it. We don't know.
Sure.
But in case something happens, you don't want to be like. I mean, it's all preliminary talks here. So
I'm pretty sure that with both companies that they want to have a SummerSlam and All Out in front of a crowd,
or in crowds in general. Yeah,
that's their hope, anyways. But it's going to depend how fast that everything opens up.